Hey guys, Rob Pop Golden here, and I'm excited about today's episode for two reasons. One, I'm excited to talk about where I think the game state is right now, and who I think the best Pokemon are in Ultra League, and just what's been going on in the matches. And secondly, I am terrible at Ultra League, and I'm excited to finally have a video with a pretty good outcome, and the next one as well is a pretty good outcome. Finally starting to figure out, get the ball rolling on a good team, I think. But the discussion first, if you want to listen to the discussion, you could just skip to the videos. But if you like discussing, then I think here's the problem. I don't have a Hydro Cannon Swampert. I don't have a Frenzy Plant Venusaur. I don't have a Blast Burn Charizard or Typhlosion either. I think those Pokemon are great, and I think they create, because of their dual types and their ability, they just have, like, Swampert and Venusaur both have so much coverage, I feel like. And even Pokemon that, they do cover a ton, but in the preseason of Ultra League, I was just climbing the ranks, using Giratina, just ripping everybody up. Giratina was just the best. I thought I had something going in Great League preseason, and then when Ultra League came, I was like, oh, what do I do? And then the second I started using Giratina, it was just like, this is easy. Giratina is so good. Now, people are, times are changing. People are coming around to Giratina. We're seeing Night Slash Scissor. We're seeing more Clefable, Togekiss, Alolan Muck, and even Pokemon that I think Giratina should, like, just destroy right off the rip, like a Swampert or a Venusaur. You hear that squeak? He's just not taking care of them as easily as I thought that he would. Frenzy Plant does, like, a pretty solid amount of damage, and it charges up very quickly. They're both, like, I feel like they're not that bulky, Venusaur and Swampert. They're both, like, bulky and frail in a weird sense. It really depends on the moves they're getting hit with. But for some reason they seem kind of bulky against Giratina, and also the player level seems to kind of, or maybe the skill level seems to increase in the higher ranks, because now you're getting, oh, I used my shield on a Hydro Cannon, I wasted it, or, oh, I didn't need to use it, I knew it, that's all he has. And then they hit you with the Earthquake, you think maybe it didn't charge up that soon, you're like, oh, they probably won't have it, and then they do. There's just a lot of punishment in the Ultra League I've noticed so far, and I think, a lot of the losses I've taken have been a combination of just not having the team that I think I should be running right now, and just, like, trying things out and failing miserably. And secondly, some bad training on my end. Definitely just some bad decision making, or not, knowing a Pokemon has a certain attack and getting punished for it. So with that being said, in this video and in my next video, I'm finally starting to get a grasp of what I think the Ultra League is, and I think what it is that Giratina is by far the best Pokemon still, unbelievably strong, and I'm starting to see that he does match up with Swampert and Venusaur. He's still better than them, I would say, but you have to be careful of them for sure. And secondly, I think Icy Wind is unbelievably good, and very good lead, but I don't want to get in that rotation of trying to lead with, like, I don't know. I'm still learning, so maybe there's, Poliwrath is a good lead, maybe, like, good coverage, but I feel like there's just always going to be room for bad leads, and I think, honestly, the best lead in my book is probably Giratina, and you're going to see that in the next video, so I don't know why I'm talking about that now. I kind of forgot how this video goes, so I might be surprised with some of my moves, just as much as you guys, but somehow we got some dubs out of it. And, yeah, I don't know. Basically, Giratina is unbelievably good. Registeel is unbelievably good. I don't have a Registeel, so that is definitely a problem. I don't have one for Great League or Ultra League. I don't have one. I would love one. Togekiss is great. Scizor is great. Poliwrath. I know I'm going to miss a whole bunch. Besides Swampert, Venusaur, don't know if I said Togetic and Clefable already. I think I did. Um, we'll talk as the video goes on. We're going to jump into it right now, the first battle, but please, before you start it, just let me know what your thoughts of the meta are right now, what you think of the Ultra League, if you were prepared for it, and kind of if you're learning the same way that I am about how to handle some of these Pokemon that I wasn't ready for. So, here we go. Here we go, guys. First game. So here's the team. Empoleon, Alolan Muck, Togekiss. So right off the rip, Empoleon, Scissor. I think we have an okay matchup right here. I know Night Slash is going to do a solid amount of damage, but Hydro Cannon does a ton of damage. And right off the rip, I think we're in a pretty good spot. It looks like I opt not to use a shield here. And this Scissor knows return, and it does a ridiculous amount of damage. And I know how quickly he charges up, even though that didn't seem to charge up so quickly. And so I just go for a Hydro Cannon here. I go for the knockout. If you watch the discussion, you'll see I've been having a lot of trouble deciding who I want to lead with, and also that I don't have a Swampert, so I think Empoleon's a good Pokemon. I think he has good, I think Water Steel's good. Everything just seems to, there's like just an endless cycle in this league. So I go Alolan Muck. He changes into Poliwrath. So now we're in a not a bad matchup, but it does seem like some Pokemon, everything has an out for each other. So you just have to try to pick the best best Pokemon that cover more than one other Pokemon, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So here, Alolan Muck, doing okay against Poliwrath. He took a big hit, and we're just tanking hits as Alolan Muck does. Right when that Giratina comes out, I go for a Dark Pulse, which he blocks. So now I go right into my Togekiss. I know he's on his last Pokemon. I still have that shield left, and I'm not too worried about his shield, or her. I'm sorry, I forgot who it was. I was just like zoning out when the video started. But I know I could just quick attack it down, and his shields or her shield's not really gonna matter. And Togekiss is just unbelievably good. That Charm attack is just unbelievably good. So we take a dub right off the rip. Second game, we see another Empoleon. So it looks like his is doing way more damage because it's using a different attack, which is not good. So we're probably going to lose this. This is something I really don't want to lose, just like a 1-for-1 off the rip. But at the same time, it's okay if you lose, because in the Pokemon that you switch in, even though you're going to lose the switch race, you are getting a little bit of farmed energy. So it's good and it's bad. I think you'd rather have the switch advantage, but I do love having farmed energy, especially when you have a squad like this one. So I go Alolan Muck. Both of these options are bad. I probably should have put Togekiss in here because Charm would have done more damage than Poison Jab is doing. Poison Jab is doing nothing. I'm losing the game literally right now, taking a lot of quick attack damage and also having to waste a shield. So a Dark Pulse for the knockout. He goes, I really have no trouble just staying in because you're not doing any damage to me. So I switch out to Togekiss and I clean it up before he can get another attack off. He goes Alolan Muck, and I think right here I let that go through, assuming it's an Acid Spray or a Dark Pulse. Then I go for my... This game is shot, honestly. We're so late right now. Ancient Power, he can take it. That's fine. I feel like we're not in a good spot. So we go into that our own Alolan Muck, and we're going to maybe waste a shield. I wouldn't waste it. Alright, good. I'm glad I didn't waste it. But that Acid Spray is going to be great setup for his last Pokemon, which he switches into. It's that Giratina with a shield, but we're weak. So that Alolan Muck, when that comes out, that shouldn't be a problem, but this thing is definitely going to be a problem with its quick attacks and our super low defense. So we go for a Dark Pulse. I think this one is an L. We can kind of already tell. And he doesn't play around. He doesn't even go for the quick moves. He goes, I'm knocking him out the second I get a chance to. As you should. Never get ahead of yourself. Game 3. We got to win 3 in a row. We need this encounter. I see a Drifblim on the other side of the board. I don't really know what to think because I've never fought against one before. So we will do what Empoleon does. I think Empoleon was a good lead with this team. I think it had some pretty, obviously it has its bad matchups, has a, good amount of that. Oh, and those Icy Wind. But I still thought it was a good lead, and also Drifblim knows Icy Wind, which is pretty interesting, pretty cool. But Empoleon just seems like a good matchup against this, and Icy Wind doesn't really do that much. So now I take a Shadow Ball. I don't let him charge up another move. I end up going for Hydro Cannon to knock him out. He wastes a shield right there, and I'm super surprised at that, actually. Hits me with an Icy Wind that doesn't really matter. Now I have a couple seconds to think about who I want to put in. I elect to go Togekiss here. There's the Alolan Muck. I don't feel too terribly bad about this matchup, but I'm pretty sure this was a huge mistake because I'm like, alright, he charged Acid Spray that quickly. It was Sludge Wave. He takes out like 95% of my Togekiss and knocks it out instantly. And right here he switches into Armored Mewtwo, which is another Pokemon I'm not too used to seeing. Huge mistake on my part. But Alolan Muck, we have a shield. He opted to use his second one on the Drifblim. Again, I think that was his or her big misplay. And we're going to get another Dark Pulse off. We're going to knock that out. And now we're just in a Alolan Muck race. He has an attack. I have a shield. Clearly I have more HP than it does. So I think we win this race right here. We're going to get that Dark Pulse off. Pretty much knocks him out. He's going to get an attack off too. It doesn't really matter if it's Sludge Wave or whatever. It is Sludge Wave, so a lot of damage, but still just not going to win the race. And even with that huge mistake, we pick up the W right there. So we're 2-1, going for 4-1. Empoleon, Snorlax. I think, alright, Snorlax. I've tried Snorlax. But I just don't like him that much. His moves take a long time to charge up. And I don't think he's as bulky. I mean, look how he just took like 35% from a Hydro Cannon. I charged that up so quick, but I have learned from getting hit with it so many times that it knows Earthquake, so I blocked that. And now I think that's worth the shield. We're up pretty good right now, damage-wise. And he just lets it get knocked out. So we're up like, we lost like 35, 40% and a shield. That's fine with me. He goes Giratina. I charge up a little bit. It looks like I'm going to take an attack here before I can switch out, but, Empoleon did a good job. And it just takes that Dragon Claw like nothing, so I go into a Alolan Muck. If he has a counter, he has a counter. He has a Togekiss. It's good, it's bad. I try to bait him out with the Dark Pulse right here. And it works. I get the shield out of him. But he has another shield, so seeing how long it's taking me to charge up the second move, or maybe I just want some more farmed energy. He goes Ancient Power, no boost, so I Poison Sting right here. Just kidding, Sludge Wave. He knows. Good read. He blocks it. Now we're both out of shields. But he's got a weak Togekiss. I have a pretty weak Empoleon and a full Togekiss, and I know what that last mon is. So I go Empoleon right here. I'm trying to switch out super quickly. I switch out right when they go for the attack, and even though Empoleon would have taken it really well, Togekiss takes it even better. Now it's a race between a Togekiss and a Giratina, and they knew. So, I mean, you lose that every time, I feel like. Unless you get, even with the Ancient Power, I don't know. It's just, so here we go. Final game, Empoleon, Giratina. I don't like this off the rip, and here we go. Some cheese, some mutts. So I switch into a Alolan Muck right when he gets his attack off. I think that was not the worst play. We get hit with a Dragon Claw. Does about like 18, it looks like, something like that percent. They switch out into a Swampert in here. I hate fighting against Swampert because it's really good, but we aren't in the worst spot here. This could have been worse for us. And we got some more mud, some more pomp, some cheese over here, and he takes a Dark Pulse, and now he goes for his attack. I block it. I'm like, I don't want to take a Surf. Shout out to Surf, because that's what mine knows. My Great League one knows Hydro Cannon, but I like to keep him in there just in case. So now he gets another one ready. I think, alright, we can take a surf for a lowland muck. But before the surf, we got a little bit of mousse. We got some mozzarella on top. And we take literally no damage, and then our attack goes off. So the last video that I made, you saw what happened to me. I lost a game. I lost a game 4 out of 5 when I was going to have 4 wins for the encounter because of some cheese. And now, just happened to my opponent. It's unfortunate. I hate that it's part of the game. Sometimes it happens. I go Togekiss here. I finish off that Swampert. And now we got Togekiss against a Rosalia, which is interesting. I'm going to Ancient Power right here. That Rosalia definitely knows a poison move in my book. I don't know why they would use it for any other reason. So I'm going to go switch before it can get that move off. I don't have to waste a shield into Empoleon. But it doesn't get the move off, so I Flash Cannon, it knocks it out, and that was pretty much the game changer in my book because that Rosalia didn't really do anything, and this thing is just coming out and Dragon Clawing, and I think he knows with a shield and a Togekiss in the back that, again, the Giratina, it's nice to have it in the back, but at the same time, if you hold the Togekiss the right way, it's coins. It's coins for the other team, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. We're looking for an encounter. We want something real nice. Can we get Cobalion's pretty nice. I hope the timing of this video lines up too. This is when you could tell when the Pokemon comes out and like 3 seconds later I'm like, oh, it was a Cobalion. So I'm going to try to make that good. So here we go. We're watching the throw. Great throw. Pretty good. Not bad. Pops out. Nothing for him. I go Silver Pineapple. Bonus at the end of the video. I don't want that nice throw. I want something better. I want attack right at the tip. There it is. That's what I want. Bang! Brady in the pocket hits him with the excellent, you know, the boy ain't breaking out of that. And just like that, you got yourself a Cobalion. 6 candy. We appraise him. He's pretty bad, but happy to have him. Would love to have a shiny one, but... So, let's see. I'm excited about the next video. I'll just tell you the squad right now. Giratina, Togekiss, Empoleon. We got rid of Muck, switched it for Giratina, and we're leading with Giratina too. And because that's how I think he should be played. We could talk more about that in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Be good.